see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights, and away we go eventually. Yes, we are off. We are off as we do see someone in the back.
Oh,
Oliver has
absolute terrible start from
had a
Oliver. He's
disaster.
just literally bogged down.
There's been quite a switch up here between the field. There's positions being lost right and centre. There's a Haas on the background there that does get sent wide in turn 1. So I wonder if there was a bit of a scrappy do in turn 1 as we on the start. Now Oliver had a disastrous start. Gazelle up to P12 at the moment, which is fantastic. Blunty up 4 positions from P18. Rebel had a disaster at the beginning down to P18. Vestuga had a really good start. Now Death Star is right up behind. So Death Star actually had a pretty good start as well. He got those positions done early in the race. As we have the worst camera angle.
It looks like Oliver has just made his way past Lewis Jones here, and there is an absolute scrap going on here between everyone. Everyone's involved. Like, and we've got a car on the wall. It's Leo had a collision with I think it was a McLaren of Humane, and there's more of a scrap here between Oliver is making his way up for the field, and it looks like Lewis Jones is all over the back from still.
Not to worry. But Derp did get that position done over Blunty. As Blunty is fighting, he's had a tremendous start here. Up from P18, as we see Oliver going in the pit lane, so he might have had some damage. He did have a bit of a spin just in the middle of sector 2 as well. So be curious to see what actually happened to him. Now, if you look at the top end of the grid, Vestuga has made 2.3 seconds over Devstar, which is colossal. Now, he is one of those soft compounds, so this is actually a W for Vestuga. If he can keep up this gap, now he may be burning those softs to the absolute brim, but if he can keep this pace and create a big enough gap to try and maybe get an overcut, and get, I don't know, and see if he can make those softs last.
Yeah, the undercut's really strong around here. I've been watching this Blurp and Blunty battle, and it's getting a bit feisty here. They're starting to Blunty kind of push to pass Blurp. And Blurp hit him with the I am not having that lad and pushed him wide coming out of no name. So and it looks like Alu's getting all over the back of Blunty here now, so it is starting to kick off now again.
Yeah, it is getting heated here, and there was a bit of a rough and tumble between Blurp and Blunty around no name. They did make contact. You see Lewis in P14 taking that position over Gazelle. So good gains here. Now Blunty will be definitely coming back at Blurp, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does go for a bit of a dive on the bus stop chicane. Now there is slight contact as they go too wide through the bus stop chicane. They do make slight contact, but Blurp does get a better exit. Now Blunty will get the arrest over Blurp. No, he won't. Never mind, the arrest isn't activated yet. As he takes a bit of a wider line, Blurp actually gets.
Death Star is actually starting to pull down through the field here. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but there's a massive scrap going on here because they. Usually what was the Oliver train has turned into the Death Star train. He's starting to get gobbled up by the, it looks like BPA's barcode and Ryu Zapu. And
oh my god, they're 4 wide! What is going on? Who came out? So as Copy gets hit in the rear end, Copy spins round at the end of the arrest straight. Now Rousey was quite lucky did not get hit in that moment. But Death Star does come out as the winner in that scrap. But that was 4 wide down that DRS. That was crazy. Now there was definitely going to be an incident there. I'm not too sure who was at fault. I think it was just more of a case of too many cars going around the corner. And I always say, if you have 4 cars going around the corner, you're tight for space.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really unfortunate for Capado there. He was on the inside, he touched the curb, went slightly wide into the side pod of Death Star, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a ticket that gets spawned out of that. This is a really good move from Blunty and Matthew May here. He, going through Pith Path, he just sent it up the inside and around the outside.
Yeah.
And he's just made it up into P7.
Not too sure what happened there, but we see BPS, Death Star and Risey all scrapping here for this P2 position. As Death Star goes for a move on the inside on the bus stop again, kind of under brakes himself and goes a little bit wide. As BPS gets a bit of a better exit here, and he will go for the move. Now, Death Star will get the arrest over BPS as he did cross the DRS detection zone before the move was done. But BPS gets a tremendous exit on turn 1. Death Star is really struggling for grip. I wonder if that exit here on the final corner kind of sitting back.
There's a massive scrap back here as well between, it looks like, going through Medillion, it looks like Lanny, Blunty and Quasho are now so close to each other, and Lanny's gonna. There's a massive
smash between BPS and Death Star. I'm not too sure whether Death Star cut across there or not. It was a little bit late on my POV, but that is definitely something we'll have to look at after the race. I'm not too sure.
Oh, he's kicking off here, and
so he
oh,
will pit.
it's a big send from Blunty as well. Sorry to interrupt, like, but Blunty just sent it from absolutely Portimao and pushes Quattro off the track. And it's scrapping here. Lanny has made major gains in this race, mate, all the way up into P3 after all the scrapping, and Blunty as well.
BP is oh, sorry, just Quashi actually went for the switchback over Blunty, so we went into each other back and forth. They both had DRS, but Quashi had a better braking, went into turn 1 and gets the position taken back over Blunty. But Blunty will have the long run here on DRS zone number 1 rather.
And a little bit further back, we see Alu making a move on Blurp and just using a DRS pass. We have the Fat Cat.
He does get a position over here on Humane. Now, I'm not too sure if Humane had DRS. Now, yeah, he would have a DRS of the car in front, but Fat Cat must have just had a bit less drag on the car and does get that position done and dusted. There's a lot of stuff happening here on this track. As you see, actually, Depster did opt in the pit, so did BPS.
And it looks like Humane has now caught up to the back of them. So, yeah, we can see another 4-way scrap going back here. And then we have the Rabo and Cup Capado. So, Rabo's done quite well here. After being P18 on the first lap, he's made his way up to P11. We have then it's Leo who had a spin in lap 1. Keeping it quite solid back there, and Lewis Jones as well.
Fat Cat goes for, sorry, I'm interrupting you. Fat Cat was a major lunge here at the end of that DRS zone. Now, it does get sent rather quite wide, so it wasn't really worth. I think it was a bit optimistic to get a 2-car move done of Blurp and Rambo in front.
And it looks like, yeah, we're probably going to see a move here. It looks like they're going to go maybe 2 wide or even possibly 3 wide into bus stop as we're coming through, and it looks like Festuga's made his way into the pit, and I don't think anyone's going to go for it. No, they're being very sensible at the moment.
Yeah, I think that is sensible. I think you're better waiting. As actually Humane gets a really good exit here on Blurp, almost goes on the inside, but Blurp closes that gap. As you see, Quashi does go into the pit lane and probably will go on the softs actually, because Festuga is actually pitting as well to get up the softs. Now, he did make those last 8 laps with a relatively good pace. Now, the only issue now for Festuga is that he may come out in a hefty amount of traffic, and he does. He comes out here behind Gazelle and Capo. Now, Capo is one of those drivers that is very tough to get by.
We now have a new race leader in the terms of Lanny, who's now gotten past Ryu Zapu, which is huge gains on Lanny's part.
Now, I want to just jump on board here with Festuga. Now, he's eager to get away from this traffic here in front. He is behind Gazelle. Now, Gazelle won't give up that position for free, and of course, Festuga is not entitled to get that position for free.
Absolutely.
So, all really Festuga has to do here is just try and make his way through the field as safely as he can. He does go for a move here on the inside and does get it done. Gazelle tried to take the outside on the defensive line, but not really a battle he's wanting to fight, especially against someone who's on the fresh mediums. Now, Festuga's next target will be Capo. He is outside of DRS just in front, but he's now within DRS, so he should get DRS at the end of Festuga. But there's a lot of drama here in the pit lane, as I see Festuga's actually sitting in the purple sector in sector 3, so he is pushing.
Pretty much like half the field here scrapping with each other. So I'm on board here with the Fat Cat, and we're watching Lewis Jones and Alu going side by side up through Redillion, and they clean as anything. And it looks like we've got another retirement, and it is Oliver. I have no idea what happened there. It looks like a DNF. Looks like he's pulled into the pits and retired. But
as Fat Cat goes for the dive to the inside, now that was a little bit late on the move. He was very eager to get that done. I think that was a bit overzealous.
And we have Lewis Jones here, who is quite off the track quite a bit, and it's allowed BPAs and Capado to get into DRS with him, so he might lose another position here from these two behind, as it looks like BPAs has like completely drained the battery. He's only got 6% in comparison, and Lewis Jones only has like 8, so we should see Capado move up into 8th position here at the end of the Camel Straight.
Yeah, we did just see here in reverse of Rousey and Blunty, so Rousey did get a position over Blunty. As Rambo actually gets the position done over Humane on the DRS zone straight there, so there is gains being made all over the grid at the moment.
Absolutely. Humane's had a stellar race. His qualifying is absolutely nowhere. But I tell you what, his race pace is there, and there is a reason he finished second last season, because he's consistent. Not the quickest over one lap, but he's got racecraft, and he knows where to position his car to make an overtake, because he's up 6 positions.
I can jump on board here with Blunty R9. He is right up behind Risey. There was slight contact here, as they're just about to hit the DRS activation zone, and Blunty has that rear wing wide open and kind of leaves Rousey here in the dust. This is not a fight Rousey can fight without DRS. As Blunty does get the move done and dusted, but I would not be surprised here if they just swap back and forth for the next couple of laps. Yeah, Blunty catching up here with Lanny now at the moment, so he is really contesting these top positions, but the only thing is that's going to be hindering him later on is that 3-second time penalty he has. So at the moment he's sitting P4, so I wonder if he'll be pushing extra hard to try and make up any time that he will be losing with that penalty, as he does get a move done.
Or the braking zone and bus stop, yeah, that was...
I'm really annoyed actually wasn't on top ladder, because that was a really nice overtake in a nice overtaking position.
Lanny's still here, like she's probably going to make... yeah, Blunty's used all his energy and Lanny's just been chilling. So yeah, expect them to swap places by the end of the Camel Straight. Right, Ryu Zapu also been pushing quite hard, is out of ERS, and because you're below 10%, you actually lose a bit more time from passing. Ali just
got a major double overtake over both the McLarens of Humane and Coppo. I just got the tail end of it as we see Humane coming back at him with the inside. They got a better exit, and Coppo here is on the outside as well. Now, Ramos should have DRS as Humane picks up another 3-second time penalty.
It's great racing, like yeah, it's going for the Camel's curve, and it looks like it's going to be quite tight going down into the braking zone of Lacombs here.
Is Coppo going to brake later? He does brake a little bit later and actually tries to go for that move on Ramo, but there wasn't that position or that gap to be done. But Coppo does get a position over Humane, so really good fighting all across the grid here.
And doesn't go for the move this time around, but we'll probably see positions starting to change on the final lap here.
Yeah, 100%. Festuca's had a smashing race. He's been in the lead majority of the time. The only time he wasn't in the lead was during the pit overlaps. But quickly want to see here Blunty or not. He is going for position over Lanny. Has that DRS advantage with the rear wing wide open. So, and I think Lanny actually didn't really fight that too much because she recognises that Blunty is on a 3-second time penalty. So I think she recognised that she will get P2 anyway, as long as she doesn't get a penalty.
Here moving past, and they're going to go too wide into the columns. Alu up the inside, round the outside, and through the inside of Malmedy, and gets the position back. Very good racing from Alu. We have it looks like let Humane pass.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there. I wonder if there was some contact between Coppo and Humane, and Coppo actually just.
Yeah, absolutely. So Lanny's still within 5/10 of Blunty, who's getting a lot of time, eating a lot of time of Festuca here in this final lap, but it's just a bit too little too late at this point.
Yeah, it is a little bit too late, as you say, as we see Festuca going through the final bus stop chicane as he approaches the start finish line and takes P1 in a round 2 at CBRL at Spa, as Blunty crosses line in P2 but does move down to P4 as Lanny takes P2, Rousey taking that final podium position in P3.